Hello and welcome to another episode of the Content Marketing Cheat Sheet podcast. My name is Nina Vilvaso, and if you want to learn how to build credibility online and turn passion into profit, you came to the right show. And today I have another series of my stories from a CMO. And today I want to talk about navigating a difficult workplace dynamics. How do you handle unfair blame and conflicts? In the vast landscape of workplace dynamics, navigating difficult relationships and handling unwarranted blame can be some of the most challenging hurdles. And given the diverse set of personalities that you encounter in a workplace, the stress of deadlines, and the pressure to perform, disagreements and misunderstandings are definitely bound to arise. Conflicts at the workplace serve as valuable lessons for us in not only how to address the conflicts, but also asserting boundaries and maintaining professionalism. So first and foremost, if you have a conflict at work, you really need to understand the root of the conflict. And of course, high stress environments, tight deadlines, and just the ever-changing priorities can create a super fertile ground for misunderstandings to rise. And in such settings, information are exchanged rapidly, decisions are made on the go, and there isn't always time for an extensive communication. And of course, this pace is often essential for a business to run, for business operations to run. But it can also lead to oversight, misconceptions, and eventually conflicts. A personal experience of mine states a testament to this. One of my coworkers, I think it was just a big misunderstanding, but one of my coworkers voiced some criticism. It was targeted towards concern about a specific team, and some of the allegation highlighted potential gaps in communication and just understanding. And such allegations, while they were super baseless, it really showed that there needs to be a better dialogue and clarity. When you or a team member experience a conflict at work, number one, you need to understand where the conflict is coming from. So delving deep to understand the root of the conflict is crucial. Surface solutions are great, yeah. Surface solutions might offer temporary relief, but lasting harmony requires a thorough understanding of the underlying issues. Also, number two, recognize patterns. Don't dismiss recurring criticism or conflicts as mere nuances. There might be a factor to show you where there are underlying issues that just need to be addressed. And then number three, an open dialogue. Always encourage open and transparent communication, because when you have an open and honest communication, it can really help you to resolve a conflict. And you have to ensure that there are channels in place for team members to voice concerns, ask questions, and to seek clarification. And if you find yourself in a conflict, understand the root and then move on to proactively look for solutions. So you want to recognize the concerns that were raised, and you want to proactively implement a solution to minimize any errors. And when faced with challenges or criticism, it's super easy to become very defensive. So take a defensive stand, and that is just the wrong way to do it. What you should do, you should not get offended if someone criticizes you or someone blames you for something, even if the blame has no merit, even if it's super pointless, someone is doing that. But however, the real opportunities often just lies in taking a step back, evaluating the root of the problem, and then crafting a proactive solution that addresses the issue head on. But last thing that you want to do, you do not want to become defensive, because that worsens the issue. And in my case, for instance, it was not just focusing on the problem and offering temporary solution, but it was about redefining our process for the future, ensuring efficiency, accuracy, and minimizing the scope of errors. So when you look for a solution, you should, number one, initiate pays off. Being proactive and addressing potential challenges head on is not just a testament to effective problem solving, but also showcases leadership and a deep sense of responsibility. It demonstrates a commitment to excellence and the determination to ensure the highest standards. Number two, when you look for a solution, you need to document everything. So you need to document those changes. In a world driven by data, documentation is king. Whenever changes, whether they're big or small, are being implemented in the system, you need to make sure that they're well documented and provide clarity. And then these documentations are really used as reference points for the future to either reevaluate the situation, but also to show transparency and to reference, hey, we already found a solution for this problem. And this is particularly crucial when changes influence multiple team members and departments. And again, communication is vital, because the more you communicate, the more everyone understands and is informed and aligned around the topic. And of course, you want to address the concerns. So whether you have it with the team members or you have a conflict, but whatever you're doing, addressing a concern, addressing a conflict should always be done in a one-on-one situation. So whether it's a meeting with you and the other person or an email chain, but you don't want to involve the whole firm. You don't want to involve the whole business, the whole company. Of course, if you have an issue with someone else, you can include your manager, you can include your supervisor and tell them, hey, this is what's going on. So your manager can support you in just resolving that problem. Point number 4, crafting the right response. So when crafting a response, it should focus on explaining the situation, shedding light on the measurements that you took or that someone else took, and then highlight the solution, all while maintaining a very professional tone. You do not want to blame someone, you do not finger point, because that is extremely unprofessional. So when it comes to addressing someone, setting up a meeting or an email, you want to elevate and not escalate. Use communication to clarify, not to further muddy the waters. You want to understand the audience. When communicating with a broader audience, ensure that the message is clear and free from any personal biases. Assertiveness does not equal aggressive. It's possible and definitely doable to stand your ground, to deliver your point without being aggressive. Number 5, broadening the lens. Conflicts in the workplace are not unique to any company or any industry. Disagreements and misunderstandings are universal, and every employee, every manager, any supervisor, everyone who ever worked with more than just one person experiences some sort of misunderstandings and disagreements. But once you encounter those disagreements, misunderstandings, or any conflict, it's really up to you to strategize for conflict resolutions. Addressing such situation requires a combination of proactive problem solving, clear communication, and setting boundaries, and seeking mediation if needed. You should always stay solution-oriented. So focus on resolving the issue rather than fixating on the problem. And sometimes we're falling into this problem. Well, but this is the issue and this is what's happening, rather than just focusing on, hey, this is how we can solve the problem. Next thing, what you should do, you should definitely prioritize your well-being. Don't let a conflict take a toll on your mental health. Seek support when you need it. Also, every conflict is a learning opportunity. Every conflict and disagreement is a learning opportunity. And whether this is in your personal life, this is in your professional life, but use disagreements and use conflicts as a chance to grow. Again, both professionally and personally. Workplace challenges, especially interpersonal ones, can be daunting. However, they represent opportunity for immense personal and professional growth. By approaching conflicts with clarity, understanding, and a focus on resolution, we not only navigate these challenges more effectively, but also emerge from them stronger, wiser, and better equipped to handle them in the future. And remember, it's not about the challenges we face, but how we choose to address them. And I hope this quick video helped you in how to understand how to handle a conflict, especially an interpersonal conflict at work. You should always proactively look for a solution. You should always keep it professional. Take out all the anger, take out all the emotions, and try to be professional and just solve the problems. What I experience most of the time is just a misunderstanding. Not everyone is on the same page. Maybe someone was excluded from an email chain and that led into a whole misunderstanding. So always look for a solution and do not fixate on the problem. And that also led us yet again to another episode of the Content Marketing Cheat Sheet podcast. I hope you enjoyed stories from a CMO, and I cannot wait to see you next week. Until then, goodbye. How we say in Germany, auf Wiedersehen.